everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Penny. I am a certified advanced esthetician or a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon, and I'm excited that you're here with me today because it is time for Friday Q&A. This is when I take your questions right out of the comments. I'm trying to take the questions that actually get asked repeatedly so that I hit as many people as I possibly can. So let's get started. This first one is from Donna Smith. Hi, Donna. And the question says, I am 69. I have just started seeing white, hard bumps under my skin, mainly on my chin and cheeks. Is this caused by using the wrong products or maybe rosacea? I have had oily skin most of my life. Now it's more combo, but I still have blackheads on my nose. Any suggestions would be great. And then she says some really sweet things about my channel. Thank you, Donna. That's so nice. Okay, first let's address the hard white bumps. Without looking at your skin, it's difficult for me to say definitively what they are, but my guess is that they are milia, and just from where you're telling me they are and the way that you described them. I did a whole video on milia. I will link that either at the end of the video or in the cards here. Definitely suggest that you watch that video because it goes in depth as to what milia are and how you can treat them, how you can get them treated, that kind of thing. So I'm going to reference you there now. But other than that, the blackheads and the pores, I would suggest adding niacinamide into your skincare routine. That's vitamin B3. It can really help with reinforcing your barrier. It can help with collagen production. It's just a fantastic vitamin to introduce into skincare, and it is shown to help with pore size. I think really the way that it's helping is by reinforcing that barrier and helping with collagen. The pores are not as able to be distended and look larger. And as far as blackheads are concerned, my go-to for blackheads is always salicylic acid. I say get some salicylic acid 2% wipes, cut them into 4 squares. Use one of those 4 squares every night just on the area where you have congestion. And you should start to see over time some resolution of those blackheads. What salicylic acid does is it actually disencrusts or exfoliates the pore lining, and that helps to loosen up debris so that when you wash your face with your normal cleansers, it will dislodge and the debris will come out. So that's definitely kind of the first line of attack, I think, when you are experiencing combo skin and blackheads. So hopefully that helps, but definitely check out that milia video because I think it will be of help to you. And if you have more questions about that, definitely leave me any other questions you have about milia after you've watched that video. The next question is actually from Anna Gonzalez, and Anna is not the only one who has asked about this, but her question is, she says, hello, what do you think about BB Glow with Nano? Now, thank you for that question, Anna, because I get this a lot recently. And I will tell you, first of all, if you don't know what BB Glow is, basically it is a procedure that you go and you have done by an esthetician, and you get a series of treatments. You get, a double cleanse, you get an exfoliation, you get a mask, you get a light microneedling session, and then a pigment is put onto your skin that is specifically made, it's mixed with a serum, specifically made for nano infusion, which I've done lots of videos on nano. And when that nano is done post microneedling with a pigment, it's supposed to give you kind of a semi-permanent, pigment into your skin. It's supposed to give you a glow, supposed to kind of even out your skin tone, that kind of thing. Now, I am not going to lie, I'm completely intrigued by this procedure. I have ordered a kit so that I can try it on myself. I'm not planning to do this in office, but I'm intrigued, and I'm definitely going to test it out on myself and see where this is concerning to me as an esthetician, as somebody who studies skin, and definitely somebody who studies microneedling, is kind of the long-term effects. Like, what is that pigment infused into your skin? What is it going to do to your skin long term? If any of you are estheticians and you perform this procedure, I would love your feedback in the comments or email me. I'm genuinely interested in it, and I would say that because it's nanoed in, I'm guessing that the amount of pigment that is actually deposited is really in just the stratum corneum, that very, very outer layer, and that's constantly turning over. So it may be okay to have nano in that very surface layer. Again, I'm very, very cautious because anything that is microneedled in, which I know this isn't, but because you do that microneedling pre-nano, it just worries me that anything with pigment could cause some serious skin conditions. And also, what happens if that pigment oxidizes? What happens if it changes? I don't know. I have so many questions about it myself, and I'm definitely planning to do an entire video when I know a little bit more. But I'm guessing that some of you out there know more than I do and perform this service, and I would love to hear your feedback. So that's what I think about nano at this time. Okay, this one is from Glory. She says, "Hi Penny, how do I get rid of brown stains on my forehead and upper lip? I'm 52 and getting these ugly brown patches on my skin. Anything I can buy that would work. Love your videos." Thank you so much. Okay, so it sounds like melasma. Usually the staining look on your upper cheek, it can be on your upper lip. Sounds like you've got them on your forehead. That all sounds like classic melasma. So I've done a lot of videos on melasma as well. I'm going to link one in particular that I think kind of can explain the condition to you a little bit better and how I like to advise treating it. There's lots and lots of factors that figure into melasma, and it's not all just about the topical stuff that you put on. It's about heat, and it's also about diet, hormones. I mean, there's so many things that go into melasma, but I can tell you that for me personally, I also have melasma, and my melasma is completely chronic. It is never going to go away. I've now had it almost 10 years, and I've gotten it nice and cleared. My skin looks just beautiful and ivory and peachy and gorgeous, and then I stray a little bit from my skincare like I'm sure lots of you do, and it starts creeping back. So I can definitely empathize with this skin condition. I will tell you that the way that I typically treat it is that I will use hydroquinone, and I know a lot of people don't want to use that, but I will use hydroquinone in a 4% concentration, and that is typically to inhibit the transfer of pigment. It's much more scientific than that, but I'm kind of holding off the pigment, and then I will use a retinoid, and that is to help stimulate healthy cell production. And then I'd like to use a surface exfoliator like glycolic, lactic, that kind of thing to kind of surface exfoliate the existing pigment. So I'm holding down new pigment, I'm producing new good cells, and I'm exfoliating the surface. And then the most crucial thing for me is to wear sun protection because it can definitely flare in the sun. And also I try not to get too hot because I flare melasma with heat. So you want to try and keep your exposure to heat and getting too hot to a minimum. I hope that helps. I definitely would refer you to my melasma videos because they go much further in depth and maybe can answer some of your questions a little bit better. But that's my general quick nutshell overview of how I treat melasma. Okay, the next question is from Carrie Bishop, and she asks, "Would you tell me what size should I use on my lips to plump them up, microneedling? I am 62 and they are getting thinner. Also, how often?" So glad I found your channel. I'm a new subscriber. Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here, and that was very nice of you to say. Now, I will tell you with microneedling, I do not microneedle my actual lips. I do microneedle all around my lips, and if I get a little bit on my lips, it's not like I have to stay off of them, but I don't actually just needle over my lips with microneedles. However, you can definitely nano needle your lips, which is super superficial, but what I love about it is you can use a nano pen and hyaluronic acid, and you could do it every single day if you want to, and get a little bit of that hyaluronic acid kind of infused into your lips, which will help to plump them, help to hydrate them, and definitely gives them kind of more of a fuller appearance. I love nanoing hyaluronic acid into the lips. I think it's fantastic. But as far as collagen induction, which will help just to kind of add some structure to kind of this outer border of your lips, you can definitely needle. I needle about a 0.5 millimeter around the border of my lips, and I do that every 4 weeks. So it's the same schedule as microneedling for collagen on my face, and it definitely can help the outer part of your lip with lip lines. It can help with just kind of keeping your lips healthy around your lips, which can contribute quite a bit to keeping them looking full or keep them from getting too thin, because that definitely happens as we age. I will link the videos that I've done on microneedling. At the end of this video, I'll just link my microneedling playlist. That's all of those things apply to needling around your lips in collagen induction. So definitely check that out. Okay, the next question is from Donna Doherty. Hi, Donna. And her question is, what is the best Retin-A product? I am 57 and my cheeks are starting to slightly crepe. Okay, so that is not a straightforward, there's not a straightforward answer to that. First of all, Retin-A is retinoic acid. It is the gold standard of vitamin A, but under the vitamin A umbrella, there's all kinds of levels, if you will, of effectiveness, of concentration, of, strength, that kind of thing. So way on down, you've got retinol, which is about 20% as strong as Retin-A, for example. And retinol is still a vitamin A derivative. The difference is that when you put retinol on your skin, it requires an enzyme in your skin to convert it twice to become retinoic acid, which is Retin-A. Then there is retinaldehyde. Retinaldehyde is one step down from Retin-A and still requires an enzyme to convert it one time into retinoic acid. So because of those conversion requirements, sometimes people can experience more irritation with retinol. So it kind of just depends on your skin. A lot of times people really like to go with retinol to start. They will use it for a number of months and it will start to help your skin build a tolerance to the vitamin because it's definitely strong and there's definitely some kind of irritant side effects. So a lot of people love to start with retinol. Retinaldehyde seems to be a little bit less irritating, and I think it's because it only requires that one conversion in your skin. So there's just less of a chance for irritation, but it also is more gentle, more tolerable than actual Retin-A, which is retinoic acid. So I think that a great place to start without looking at your skin is often a retinaldehyde. So you can find that in the ingredient deck either as retinaldehyde or you can find it as retinal with an AL. So when you see that, that is retinaldehyde, and just know that it is one step down from Retin-A. It requires one conversion to become Retin-A. It should be less irritating, and it is perfect to use starting out about every 3 days. So no longer than 72 hours between applications at night. And as you gain tolerance, you start to do every other night until you can finally work your way up, if you ever can, to every single night. Once you feel like you have no irritation whatsoever, you can consider graduating to Retin-A. And I like for people when they graduate to move on to Retin-A 0.05. I think that's the perfect next step. I've never graduated to 1 in Retin-A. My skin cannot tolerate it no matter how tolerant, how much I've used Retin-A. So I really like 0.05, and it is definitely, studies have shown that at that level you do get great collagen stimulation. So that's kind of the order of business that I would do. So if you are somebody out there who has never used a retinoid of any kind of vitamin A, then retinaldehyde is a great place to start, and start slow. Your frequency and the amount that you put on your face is going to determine your irritation factor. So start slow, start with a little, and graduate. That is definitely my recommendations for Retin-A. Okay, you guys, those are the questions for today. I am serious. I have a huge list. I wish I could just show you the screenshots I have stored in my photos with little X's so that I can get to every single question. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful in some way, and I will definitely talk to you guys again very, very soon.